Hello people again, how are you? This was just a quick one on the brain. Yep, I've got a brain there somewhere. Yeah, somewhere in a nut. Might be nutting. I'll be doing your nutting. Saying nutting. No, but the brain, there's three parts of the brain. There's like obviously the rational part, which is like the prefrontal cortex, the subconscious or unconscious, which is like a computer, stores all information, even things you don't even notice you're taking in. And then there's a primitive part of the brain, which is kind of like the fight or flight system, which is if something attacks, you just jump. You know, it's amazing how much adrenaline runs through the body as soon as that's activated. Well, anyway, I'm wanting to say is a lot of people think that it's the brain that controls them. They're like, oh, I just thought this, I went and done that. Now this is where you go to ask yourself questions. You ask yourself powerful questions. Like, well, if you're sitting there thinking about something and you don't want to think about it, you say, oh no, I don't want to think about that, and you choose not to think about that. So then, are you in charge of your brain, or is your brain in charge of you? Well, you just pretty much decided not to think of something. The brain is just another organ. It might be in control of everything, but you're in control of your brain, which is, it's weird because it's like, you know, we do what our brain is telling us to do, but our brain is telling us to do it because we're telling it to do it, right? If you don't believe me, I don't really care. It's true. Look it up. It's quite hard because a lot of people just think like, oh no, I'm like that all the time. Oh, I'll never be better. Well, if you were born and you were brought up where you're fine at one point, why can't you go back to being fine? You've got to ask yourself different questions like right, why? What am I doing that's making me be a belter? Something like that. And guess what? Your brain will answer. It might send a vision saying, you're sitting there thinking I'm in control. No. Yeah. It's all about thinking. Thinking's bad for you. It's also good for you. Like positive thoughts. You could choose to think negative thoughts. But then, when you're thinking negative thoughts, it's you that just chose to think negative thoughts. You're choosing what to think. So what I want to know is, what is it that's making us choose? Is it the prefrontal cortex? Is it activity in there? Is it the neurons, firing new pathways? Like, which part of us is it that decides? Because the brain, it's three different parts. Subconscious takes everything in, but it's our conscious that decides, and the conscious is us. We're the conscious, because, well, if you're unconscious, then you don't know what's going on. Your eyes are shut. So you can train your brain, no problem, with positive talk, positive thinking, positive affirmations, positive action. Positive action is the most important one. You can't go out and say that you had to go and dig up the garden or something, right? You can't get rid of weeds. You can't look out the window and go, a positive affirmation saying, the weeds don't exist, the weeds don't exist, the weeds that they keep saying all you want, they're going to still be there. You gotta go and get your Superman outfit on and go and pick them weeds until they're gone. They'll come back, you do that again, you keep picking the weeds. I'll get weed killer, right? But the point is, positive actions are more powerful than positive affirmations. You can sit there and say, oh, I am happy, I'm happy all day. But at the end of the day, well, it's night, right? But at the end of the day, you're like, you might not be happy. You might be really annoyed that you've just wasted your day telling yourself you're happy all day. Whereas you could get up to a positive action and do something and enjoy the journey and be happy doing it. Because it's not a destination. There is no destination. The only destination is a box, unless you're cremated. We're all going to end up in a box. Hope you're not claustrophobic and believe like that you might still be alive for a few hours once you're buried, because then bad news. There's not much space in these coffins, you know. I don't even think it's a 2-bedroom. Yeah, no, it's a 2-bedroom, sorry, it's a 2-bedroom coffin. You know, I think it's got an upstairs and downstairs toilet, I'm not sure. But the coffin, Christ, that's what kicked off when COVID came on it, was coffin. ISIS were first, then the virus, and we're like, oh, we're going to survive this, but I'm going to go out in disguise with this and say, here, it was China. It is also funny how they blame China, and all the swab tests and stuff are made in China, and the vaccine was probably created in China as well. So is this iPhone that I'm holding right now. Pandemic and a half, eh? There was actually a well-respected businessman, but he was all in Afghanistan way. He told the newspapers, expect a pandemic, or we said epidemic, in 2000. Right, but he told them exactly, he said it was going to be a sort of more of a economy epidemic, right? But our papers here, over here in Great Britain, were winning. Scotland and England and Wales were losing. I was all, love you all. He said that our papers obviously just deal with facts. They don't deal with premonitions. Otherwise they'll be like saying, oh, Tom Cruise said there's an alien ship going to come down and save us all if we go to this hill and drink this wine, you know. They're not going to publish it. Well, they will. The Daily, the what's it called again? The Sport. The Sport might publish that, but our papers didn't publish this guy's advice. But in the Afghanistan paper, they did. I think it's called Afghan Telegraph, the Afghanagraph. I don't know that, it's just the Afghan news. So it was predicted if someone knew about it. If someone knew about it and someone else knew about it and so on. Economy, it's all about the money. They probably thought, right, well, hang on a minute, we've got to do something here. And this guy's quite a good guy, bit of a whistleblower, obviously. And says, oh, yeah, it's going to be a pandemic. And I'd be like, oh yeah, that's right, but we're not going to write about that because we write about facts. Oh, today, someone managed to eat all the dinner after having all their teeth taken out. Some newspapers are like that. That's the front page. And you get to the middle page and it's something like house blew up, gas fire. You're like, how the fuck was that on the front page? You know, it's the papers for you. But anyway, on that note, this was about the brain, and I just started talking about all this. But my point also is, that's the thinking for you. I chose to talk about that. My brain didn't just suddenly decide, hey Alan, let's talk about this. And I'm like, okay, carried on. Well, if you hear voices and you're kind of insane, maybe your brain's in control, or maybe something else is in control. The psychiatrist used to ask me all the time, he says, you ever feel like something's controlling you? I'm like, aye, what, when I go there? You right now when you're asking me questions, he goes, no, but I mean, like, you know, he was going like waving his hands like that, like someone's making you do all these things. I was like, what, paying me? No, I didn't say that. At the time I was writing it, I was like, no, but now I'm starting to think that people can. Wish I never said that, because then, well, yep, that was me admitted into the nuthouse. I was like, oh, thanks. Where's my room? was in a dorm with 3 other people. One of them was my bestest mate in the whole world. It was mental. Best mate in the whole world. Martin. And I just couldn't believe it. I was like, what are you doing here? And I said, I phoned you, and your dad said you're on holiday. And he goes, well, I kinda am. I suppose so, aye. So me and 2 of my mates, my best mate and my other mate Bernard, we were all in the same dorms. I thought this was brilliant. I was in for a month. And yeah, the best time of the day was the medication time. You get up and you're like, hurry, get your breakfast. You're like, right, come on, hurry up. I've got meds, and you get meds. It's a bit like one flew over the cuckoo nest, you know, except there wasn't a water fountain for me to lift, but I did lift a couple of cans of juice. Drank them. I was like, fucking solid. Simple, see? Simple Simon Says. Alan's going to end up in the nuthouse this day, and he's going to fucking say, hey, let me away, but they're not going to let him go anywhere because the guy's not right. That's not fair. I can fucking do anything that I want. Please just open the doors and let me go out and taunt every bugger fucking that says I'm not right in the head, even if I'm fucking mental. It doesn't matter. I'm fucking made of metal. A welder is going to get me. He's going to fucking turn me into a table that's not stable. It's only got 3 fucking legs. But hey, the dregs. A bucky is going to be drank by me, and I'm going to be like, oh yeah. That's not even my rapping voice, because I don't fucking have a rapping voice. I just kind of like, you know. And he was like, Buster, you can't get enough of a little sweet wife, so bitch, run on, I'll try to take me all right, but it's like broken glass, and yeah, we have Bex. It ain't no problem, I can't fix apart from your addiction to fucking sucking dicks. We Buster rhymes like that, man, you know. So, I thought about that, and I thought, right here, I'm gonna do this. So yes, we're in control of our brains, but what's in control of us to tell our brains to do that? That's my question. So I'd love if you can answer in the comments. Thank you. And good night from Alan, who's speaking shite.